So, good morning, sir. Good morning, classmate. I am Brian Zafra, and today I'm gonna tackle about computer games and child development. So, meron tayong two types of computer games. Yun na yung online and offline games. So, online games require internet connection to play. For example is Fortnite and Mobile Legends and Roblox. So, yun, yung mga games na yun is kailangan natin ng data connection or internet connection para ma-access yung mga laro na yan. And offline games can be played without the internet connection. For example is GTA San Andreas, Counter-Strike, and Minecraft in offline games. So, yung mga laro na yan is hindi na natin kailangan ng internet connection para ma-access yan kasi nakasave na yan sa PC natin or personal computer. So, yun. Na-download na natin kaya hindi na natin kailangan ng internet connection para ma-access yung laro na yan. Kailangan na lang natin i-download yun. And the next one is computer games can impact children's development in both positive and negative ways. The impact depends on the type of games, how much they play, and their age. So, ang mga computer games is may negative and positive impact sa ating mga anak or sa mga bata. So, yung mga negative and positive impact sa kanila is nakadepende kung sa mga laro na nilalaro nila or sa mga edad nila. The next one is positive effect. Improve cognitive skills, enhancing problem solving, critical thinking, and decision making abilities. So, it means that you can easily adapt learning through computer games, and it is a number trend as of now. Although it is a game, you can gain some knowledge in a specific area. For example, games like about interior and restaurant and etc. Madami pang iba. The next one is boost creativity. Games like Minecraft encourage creativity and innovation. It means that you can do your own infrastructure using a game like Minecraft. Although it is a game, we can easily adapt it to make it in the present. It also can give us some scope on different kinds of materials that uses to make a building. So the next one is encourage social interaction. Online multiplayer can help player build friendship and teamwork skills. Playing games is fun when you interact with other people, and it gives you feeling of self-belonging to make friends and chit-chat with them while playing. The next one is problem solving. Games can help children to solve a problem and think creatively. So it can boost the cognitive skills to answer some interviewing question like the game of wordscape and some kind of thrill of or trivia games that can blow your mind to indulge in some question and answer quotient. The next one is educational benefits. Some games teach math, English, and even boost our communication skills. As I mentioned earlier, it helps to gain more knowledge because not all games are for fun, but it is also includes some subject that help on our vocabulary, on math skills, and even improve our grammars using some kind of apps like Roblox, apps or games like Roblox that will help you to broaden your communication skills. And the next one is relief. Gaming can be a relaxing escape from real life stress. Gaming is a stress reliever when you are bored and doesn't have anything to do, or you are bombarded with a lot of problem. it can help you lessen your stress in life. So, dito naman tayo sa mga negative effect niya. So, addiction and time consumption. Except excessive gaming can lead to addiction. So, if overused, it will become worse and you are going to become lazy when that happens. So, better na itigil ito. Violence and aggression. Some violent games may desensitize player or encourage aggressive behavior. So some games contain some violence that will later can adopt it, and that will cause some players to make a war to other players, like magta-trash talkan sila, something like that. And the next one is impact on academic performance. Excessive gaming can distract students from studies. It will more become a habit that will cause the student to neglect all of her tasks or his tasks in school, like puro ka na lang laro, tas yung mga assignment mo is hindi mo na nagagawa kasi nga nakapokus ka dun sa laro na nilalaro mo. Kaya nakalimutan mo na may assignment ka. And the next one is sleep disruption. Late night gaming can lead to poor sleep patterns and fatigue. So, ibig sabihin nito is it will become addictive to the point that you want to play games instead of sleeping because your mind is being set on the games that you wanted to play. So, tuwing gabi is hindi ka nakakatulog kasi nga yung sa utak mo is puro tuwing matutulog kasi naiisip mo yung laro na nilalaro mo. O yung games na na-addict ka kaya hindi ka makatulog. So the next one is spending on in-game purchases. Many games have microtransaction leading to financial strain. So one of the example of this is ML and other games that uses real money to pay some kind of promo to make the games more beautiful that will lead to financial problem in the future. Yun na nga, yung example niya is yung ML. So pag may nilabas sila na new skin, doon is, ang nasa isip natin is magta-top up tayo or gagastos tayo dun sa laro na yun para cool tignan kasi pag may parang cool tignan sa atin kasi pag may bago tayong skin is naiingit yung ibang player or nagagandahan sila or na-idolan kanila. So yun. So move on tayo sa tips for parents. So, support children with the right games that offer a good blend or fun and learning. So, kailangan natin supportan at i-guide ang mga bata or anak natin sa mga games na nilalaro nila. At dapat may matutunan sila doon at nag-enjoy sila doon. Nag-enjoy din sila sa mga larong nilalaro nila. For example, na game na mare-recommend ko is yung Roblox kasi nga nandun na lahat. So, magpili ka lang ng mga laro na gusto mo doon, mapa-horror man yan or open mic, basta marami doon. Search ipatay nyo sa anak nyo yung Roblox. Yan ang ma-recommend ko. And the next one is keep an eye on your children's screen time. So, kailangan natin bantayan ng mga bata o anak natin sa paggamit ng phone para may iwasan ang addiction, like dapat limit lang silang nakakapag-use ng cellphone or makakapaglaro para hindi sila ma-addict kakalaro or kaka-cellphone. The last one is tie games to books, museum, and media about culture and geography to inspire learning. So, kailangan yung mga games na nilalaro nila ay may connection sa textbook, museum, and culture para ma-inspire ang mga bata na magbasa-basa ng mga books at mapalawak ang kanilang kaalaman geography and sa mga culture ng mga iba't ibang lahi and para ma-boost yung critical thinking nila and dapat pati yung vocabulary nila is mapalawak. So, yun lang po sir. Thank you po.
Good morning, everyone, especially to you, sir. I am Narana Embarion, and this is the continuation of reporting by Brian Safra. So, which is the um, computer games and child development. So, age of 3 to 6 years old, which is the early childhood, basic learning and coordination. So at this stage, children are in crucial period of cognitive, so motor and social development. So the games and apps chosen for this age group focus on basic learning, problem solving, creativity, and hand-eye coordination in a fun, engaging way. Yeah. Number one is the ABC Mouse, which is the educational, reading, math, and science. So ABC Mouse is comprehensive education platform that provides interactive lessons in um, reading, math, and science and art. So it helps develop early literacy and numeracy skills through engaging activities, making learning fun and interactive. Number two is the PDS Kids. PDS Kids games, which is the educational problem solving and basic logic. So this collection of games based on popular PTS Kids shows enhance problem solving and logical thinking. Number three is the Toka Boca series, no? Which is the creativity, role-playing, and storytelling. So Toka Boca apps allow children to engage in open-ended play, promoting creativity and imaginations. So through role-playing, kids develop storytelling skills and emotional awareness. The number four is the endless alphabet or the language development. So this app introduces children to new word through interactive puzzle and animations. It enhances vocabulary, pronunciation, and early reading skills in a stress-free environment. The next is number five is the Paw Patrol on a roll. Then which is the adventure simple problem solving. Then based on the popular children's show, this game teacher basic problem solving skills. Player navigates simple challenges while following an engaging storyline. Then next is the Super Mario Bros. The Super Mario Bros. Wonder platforming hand-eye and coordination. So a beginner-friendly platform that helps improve motor skills and hand and icon coordination. So encourages exploration, timing, and spatial awareness through interactive gameplay. The games support cognitive growth, creativity, and coordination while keeping children engaged in a fun learning environment. So age 7 to 12 years old, which is the middle childhood, critical thinking and creativity. So at this stage, children develop critical thinking, creativity, and social skills. The selected games encourage problem-solving strategy and teamwork while allowing kids to express their creativity in a fun, interactive way. So, example, which is the Minecraft. So, this app is creative creativity, problem solving, and teamwork. So, a sandbox game where player build, explore, and survive in an open world. So, enhance creativity through building structures and problem solving by managing resource and surviving challenges. So, multiplayer mode promotes teams and collaboration. Next is Lego. Lego games or Lego Star Wars, Lego Harry Potter, etc. are puzzle solving teamwork. So they games combined uh, adventure with puzzle solving, requiring players to use logic to progress through levels. So encourage cooperative play as many Lego games offer multiplayer option for teamwork. So next is the Scribble Nuts Unlimited. So which is a creativity, vocabulary buildings, then a puzzle game where players solve challenges by creating objects using words. So expand vocabulary and encourages creative problem solving by thinking outside the box. Then next is Plants versus Zombies. Strategies, resources, management. So a fun and engaging strategy game where players defend their home using different plants. Then enhance planning skills, strategic thinking, and resource management. Number 5 is the Animal Crossing. And the New Horizon, the creative social interaction. Then uh, a live simulation game where players design his own island, interact with um, villagers, and complete tasks. Encourage creativity in home and island design while fostering social skills through interaction with NPC and other players. So number 6 is the Roblox. Um, Roblox is a game development, creativity, and social skills, but requires parental supervision for online interactions. A platform where user can play game created by other or design their own, encourages creativity, coding, and entrepreneurial skills while fostering social interaction. So, due to online interaction, parental supervision is recommended for safety. This game enhances cognitive abilities, creativity, and teamwork while keeping children engaged in a fun, interactive learning experience. So, I was familiar this uh, and Roblox kasi nilalaro ito ng anak ko. So, which is need talaga siya ng supervision ng parents kasi which is pag online may mga hindi kasi mga bata yung mga kalaro na nila, no, kasi may mga matatanda na rin, hindi naman matatanda, no, yung mga yung adults na naglalaro, which is may mga bad words sila na binabanggit dito, yung halimbawa na yung mga puta, mga ganun, yun. So yun, kailangan talaga ng parental supervision. Now, let's proceed to age 13 to 17 years old, which is the teenagers, no? Strategy, social interaction, and advanced skills. So, at this stage, teenagers develop more advanced cognitive skills, including strategies, critical thinking, and social interaction. And the following games encourage problem solving, teamwork, and creativity while providing engaging and immersive experience. First is The Legend of Zelda, a breath of the wild exploration, critical thinking. So, an open world adventure game that encourages exploration, puzzle solving, and strategic decision making. So, player must have navigate challenge, discover secrets, and manage resources to progress. The number 2 is the Portal 2. It's a puzzle solving, physics-based logic. Then, a mind a mind-behind puzzle game that requires players to use portals and physics to solve increasingly complex challenges. No? Encourages logical reasoning, creative problem solving, and spatial awareness. The number three is the among us, the social deduction teamwork. So, a multiplayer game where players work together to complete tasks while identifying imposters among them. So, enhance critical thinking, deception detection, and teamwork skills. No? So, number four is the Fortnite. Fortnite. And is a strategy, teamwork, fast decision making, and requires monitoring for online safety. Uh, a fast battle royale game that requires strategic thinking, quick reflexes, and teamwork, and involved resource management and adaptability while also providing a social gaming experience. And number five is the Slim 4, the life simulation, creativity, decision making. So a simulation game where players create characters, build homes, and navigate life's choices. Yeah. Encourages creativity planning and decision making with long-term consequence. Then number six is uh, Hollow Knight. No, the adventures, problem solving, and persistence. It's a challenging action adventures game that requires exploration, critical thinking, and perseverance. No, teaching patience, pattern recognition, and strategic problem solving. Then number seven is the Stardew. Stardew Valley, resource management, farming, and simulation. A relaxing strategic farming simulator that involves managing resources, relationship, and long-term planning. So enhance the management, creativity, and goal-setting skills. So these games provide a mix of mental challenges, social interaction, and creativity, helping teenagers develop critical thinking, problem solving, and strategic decision making in an engaging way. So next is age 18 years old above. So young, which is the young adults, no, complex narratives and competitive play. So at this stage, players are ready for more complex gameplay mechanics, deeper storytelling, and high-level strategy. Now, the selected games challenge critical thinking, decision making, and resilience while offering immersive experiences. So first is the Elden Ring. Elden Ring of which is the advanced strategy, persistence, lore-based storytelling. Now, a challenging open-world RPG that requires strategy, combat, exploration, and adaptability. Then future deep lore, rewarding persistence, and encourage problem solving through trial and error. The next is the Cyberpunk 2077. So, immersive storytelling, open world exploration. So, futuristic RPG set in a massive open world with complex characters and choices. So, encourages decision making, exploration, and engagement with true provoking themes. The number three is the Witcher, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, complex narrative decision making. So, a story-driven RPG with morally complex choices that impact the game's world. So, enhance critical thinking and emotional intelligence through deep storytelling. The next is the League of Legends. No? Uh, which is competitive teamwork, fast decision making, and a highly strategic multiplayer game that requires teamwork, adaptability, and quick reflexes. No? So foster competitive thinking, communication, and strategic planning under pressure. And next is the city, skyline, urban planning. The critical thinking, then a city building simulation that challenges player to manage resources, infrastructure, and population needs. And enhance problem solving, long-term planning, and creative city design. And next is the Dark Soul series, the silence, problem solving, pattern, and recognition. Then, known for its high difficulty, this game sets patience, adaptability, and strategic thinking. So, player learn through failure, recognizing enemy patterns, and refining their approach to overcome challenges. No? So, these games offer engaging narrative, strategic gameplay, and competitive challenges, catering to young adults seeking depth, mastery, and immersive experiences. And now let's proceed the positive effect of computer games and child development. So number one is the cognitive development. So enhanced problem solving skills. Example, the Portal 2, The Legend of Zelda. Uh, Cognitive development is improves memory and attention to detail. An example, the Witcher 3, the Cyberpunk 2077, then the stringent strategic thinking and planning. Example, the Cities, Skylines, the League of Legends. Then next is the hand-eye coordination and motor skills. Then improve reflexes and precision. Example is Super Mario, the Wonder Elden Ring. Then enhance multitasking ability. Example na yung Fortnite, StarCraft. Next, positive effects. It's a creativity and imagination. It encourages word building and design. Example, the Minecraft, Animal Crossing, and stimulates storytelling and artistic expression. Example, the Sims 4, the Scribble Nuts. Number 4 is the social interaction and teamwork. So, promotes cooperation in multiplayer games. Example, Among Us, Roblox, the Fortnite, and helps build leadership and communication skills. An example of the League of Legends, Dota. No? Yun na yung COC na siya ngayon, Clash of Clans. So, next is number 5, positive effects is stress relief and emotional benefits. So provide relaxation and escapism. Example, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, mga ganon. Then can foster resilience and perseverance. Example, Dark Soul, yung mga Elden Ring. And number 6 is the educational benefits, no? Improves language skills, no? The endless alphabet, and scribble nuts, then enhance scientific and historical knowledge. Example, the Assassin's Creed series for history, the Kerbal Space Program for physics. And now let's proceed to the negative effect of computer games and child development. So number 1 is the addiction and time management issue. So yung excessive games can lead to poor time management and neglect of responsibilities. Then some games are designed to be highly addictive, no, leading to excessive screen time. And number 2 is the health risk. No, prolonged gaming can cause eye strain, poor postures, and sedentary lifestyle. No, lack of physical activity may contribute to obesity and related issues. So next negative effect of computer games and child development. Number 3 is the aggressive behavior and violence exposures. Some games contain violent content that might influence aggressive through or behavior in younger players. Example, the GTA series, Call of Duty, uh, desensitization to violence is a concern for prolonged exposure. No, marami kasi sa socialize nila online games. So, yun, yung mga words nila, maka-hyper, baga pa na-adapt nila. Then, the number 4 is the social isolation. So, which online games promote social interaction, excessive gaming, may replace real-life relationship. So, some player might become withdrawn from family and friends. Dito na yung minsan mas gusto na lang mag-cellphone kaysa mag-socialize sa family. Next negative effect of computer games and child development. So, number 5 is risk of cyber threats and online predators. Online multiplayer games pose risk of cyberbullying, the scams, and exposure to inappropriate content. Younger players need parental supervision in open online communities. Example, the Roblox, the Fortnite. So, kailangan ng provision ng parents, parental guidance. The number 6 is the monetization and financial issues. Many games have in-app purchase and loot boxes that encourage spending real money. So, some players develop unhealthy spending habits leading to financial loss. So, yung narinig nyo, na yung nagasto yung yung laman ng GCash nabili ng ng item sa Roblox na nung bata.